Hi, welcome to the Lunch Business Podcast on YouTube.
Hello. Welcome to another episode
Yeah,
with the Lunch Besties.
welcome.
And as you can see, we have somebody special. For some reason, Mambula are dressing alike.
Right, and then he's wearing a black hat that matches yours.
Do you get this was meant to happen?
This was meant to happen for real.
Oh my god, it's so nice to have Andrew on the podcast
Thank you,
today.
guys. Thank you.
Andrew is our guy.
He's our guy for real.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my
it's,
God.
no, I know before I go deep into it. No, I just want Andrew to introduce himself.
Mhm.
Tell us what you do.
Mm.
Outside of work, what do you love to do? And just a little, give our audience something to hold on to.
In case my future, in case my sunshine is watching.
Andrew is looking for a wife.
Always uses the opportunity.
Anyways, my name is Andrew. Most people call me Andre. What do I do? I'm a sales and business development professional
Okay.
for an IT company. I also have side businesses, oil and gas, fashion. Most people know me for fashion, called Andre Martin. You can check it out.
Period.
What else?
What you do outside of work? And
What I'll do outside of work.
What do you find fun?
Fun. I love the movies.
Okay.
I love table tennis. I love table tennis, like the love of my life after my daughter.
Yeah.
Like after my daughter, table tennis.
yeah,
And I enjoy eating fish, like just
Okay.
chilling,
I
grilled
love
fish.
too.
Very soon. We need to make an appointment one day.
Fish date.
Fish date, yeah. So then most times, most people know me as an extrovert, but
Yeah.
to be honest, I'm like 50-50. So some weekends I'm just indoors. I don't go out. Like
Yeah.
I don't leave my my room sometimes. So because I have everything I need
Yeah.
basically. So yeah, that's it.
That's
I like making
interesting.
friends, of course.
Oh God.
I enjoy making friends. That one.
That one everybody knows.
I don't know what
Everybody.
Andrew is doing in business development. So.
That. But I feel like you like making female friends.
So to be honest, I like making friends generally, but it's easier for me to talk to female than to talk to guys.
Yeah.
So guys, a lot of guys talk to me, find me friendly, so they reach out, we talk, and then.
Yeah.
But like I chat more with female, like it's easier for me. Maybe it's making up for
The
past
hunter in you.
Yeah.
because like I grew up, my school boys only school.
Oh, okay.
I didn't date until I was 26 or something.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah. Like
Why?
I
Like-
admire people that have that self-control.
Like,
it wasn't more of self-control. As at that time, it was still a little bit of me trying to find myself, understand myself. I had inferiority complex. No, is it inferiority complex now?
maybe.
Low self-esteem.
Oh.
Yeah, I battled with that for a bit. Yeah.
Because
So-
I said maybe.
As in,
What?
The one you said I have inferiority complex. And that's it.
Maybe. No,
That was the reason
not inferiority
why
complex.
it was not able-
Low self-esteem. Low
Oh, wow.
self-esteem.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, I was just not confident in myself at that time. Yeah.
was it
Just
tied to money?
no. I was a young guy now.
Yeah. Looks.
No, yeah. I just felt I was different.
That's interesting.
Well, it's crazy, and I think that now that you are now like outside that phase, I feel
Right.
like now you are now so confident that there is no woman that can walk
There's nobody I cannot talk to actually.
woman per se.
Mm.
And sometimes it just gets better with age.
Yeah,
Mm.
you just grow and know that it's not that deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the worst thing that will happen is no.
No, or
I can't give you my
I'm not in
number.
the- I'm not in the mood to
Yeah,
talk to you right
you
now.
you will not beat me.
Yeah.
So that alone has freed me to be able to approach anybody, talk to
Yeah.
anybody, and then of course I follow my guts as well.
Yeah.
So if I feel like this one,
This one-
just leave. It's
Have
not
you
everything.
ever seen a girl and you're like, nah, not this person?
Plenty. I follow these days. I follow my what we call maybe spirit or
Yeah,
gut.
gut.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like my intuition just says this one will not gel, and I just avoid.
That's
So,
interesting.
and then it still applies to business work as well.
Mm.
So you are able to find out emotional intelligence. You're able to tell, okay, is this customer in the mood in the headspace to even listen to you.
Yeah.
So if you know what I call, is this a good time to talk? If it's not a good time, I can call you back. Things like that. So it also helps.
That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense. Have you ever turned down a job because you felt like I don't think my spirit would gel with
Oh
this
yes,
place?
yes, yes, yes. Yeah. I've gotten job offers that I thought that one of them told me to cut my hair. I said, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
For me,
That's the first red flag.
Yeah,
you already
Yeah.
know that they are
plenty.
going to be very
Ah,
upfront.
no, 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 red flag. Then I'll be the one to bring my laptop.
Oh,
I'm the one that will bring.
you don't
I
want to
say
use
I
my
don't
personal laptop
understand.
They
for work.
can't afford to get
It's
that.
not that it's not oil and gas company, but I don't even understand how they
It's
operate.
screaming stress.
I
Like
just
you're screaming,
they
they
gave me
use
the offer.
you.
I said, nah,
Yeah.
Oh
I'm not
wow,
gonna do
that's
that.
good.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Like, so it's, can you guys see, like, Andrew is a very interesting guest. Like, he's
Yeah,
just flowing
and then
and,
there are so many layers to him.
Um,
I
yeah.
didn't know that you struggled with.
I did. I did.
Wow.
Comment from a family member.
Oh,
Yeah, at that time, say, "Oh, I'm the ugliest in the house," because I have really fine siblings. To be
Yeah.
honest, so
I
it
want to
made me
make
feel
a
bad.
joke, but I don't know if this is the right time to
If you try
I
it,
want
if you try, oh yeah,
I'm going to hold on to
what's
my
the
joke.
joke?
I'm going to hold on to my joke. But yeah, that I get that. That's really interesting. Like, people just make comments and they don't know that it will hurt,
Yeah,
how you
and
prepare.
until now, I doubt she even remembers that comment.
wow.
Oh,
So she called you the ugliest in your house.
not like in a bad way, but
Yeah.
like I think we're just like, this is like, Andrew is the one.
I'm like, why would you?
Do you understand? I took it to heart,
Of
man.
course,
Yeah,
And
of
of course,
course.
because yeah,
that's the thing. Like,
yeah,
obviously, like nobody would want to be called the
Oh,
ugliest,
yes, yeah.
mm,
the poorest, and then no matter even if it's a joke, but for you to find it comfortable,
Yeah.
comfortable enough to point at me to say
but I
that
mean,
it's kind of it's just
yeah, and
somehow.
then it really affected my outlook to life, my
Yeah.
behavior. So
Oh.
I'm the ugliest now. So what's the point? I was always squeezing my face.
I mean, I
Oh
don't
my
act
god.
ugly.
I was like, well,
Oh
they said I'm
my
ugly.
god!
Why not
Do
just
you know? Do you know how crazy? Like this thing is actually very difficult. Because
Yeah.
even if you are, let's say if you are grading beauty and everybody's like even let's say you're an 8/10
Yeah.
with beauty, right? And every other person there, maybe you have fine friends and all of you are all fine, and somebody comes and says, "Oh, out of all of you, you're the ugliest out amongst them."
mm,
It will
Even
still mess with
if
you.
you are an 8/10, it will still mess with you because they're like,
yeah.
okay, like, wow,
Hello. Yeah.
So till now, like
yeah,
I do not for any reason call anybody ugly because to be honest, they didn't create themselves,
yeah,
and you can't even say somebody is ugly because you only see somebody is ugly in comparison to another person, and no two
Yeah.
people are the same.
yeah,
So everybody is unique in their own ways. So there are times that you may not be my spec or type, doesn't mean you're ugly.
yeah,
So I had to be able to separate. I don't like if I hear people like call that like they are so quick to say, oh, this one is not fine. We can't be friends
Yeah.
because you are actually you are putting yourself on a pedestal that oh you are better than this person
yeah,
and you are not. So God created everybody equal. That's
yeah.
why I say
That makes a lot of sense. So,
yeah.
at what point did you now grow out of the feeling of that low self-esteem
Yeah, okay.
state?
I mean, for guys, right? It's either you are fine, you are rich, you have maybe like there are different things that ladies are looking out for.
Yeah.
You are fine, you're rich, you have great body, maybe you are a spiritual person, gym, or you are very intelligent,
Yeah.
about five or more things. So, yes, good dress sense. So I just figured right from when I was a child, I always loved fashion.
Yeah.
So I guess that was my own way of making up.
Mm.
Yeah, so fashion, I always wanted my stuff had to be different. It had to just be different. Since when I was a kid. I'm just thinking back now. I remember I used to argue with my mother, no, I want this one, I want it this way, I want it that way. And my mom is a fashion person too.
Oh,
Not
okay.
if yeah, she learned how to sew by herself, but
Yeah.
like what she enjoys doing is just what was that? A
Putting
fashion
pieces together.
parade
Yeah.
in front of her mirror. She dance. You know, be singing. I still remember. God bless her soul. You know,
Oh,
she's
God bless
late.
her soul.
My dad. So I think I got that. So she used to call me. Okay, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And then I was my dad's wardrobe. What was that thing called? Stylist.
Yeah.
My dad was a pastor. Both parents were pastors actually. So
Interesting.
yeah, so I used to be the one that will iron his clothes, arrange what he will wear. He will wear one tie. I say, what kind of tie is this? I will remove it.
Yeah.
So that was my role in the house. And
Were
yeah, I
you the
miss
last
them.
child?
No. 4 out of 8.
Wow, that's.
5 girls and 3
I
guys.
wish I had a big family. I wish we were like
More.
10 in my house.
I don't know. I can't wish I don't have now because they're already big. But then we were 5 before our 6th child came. Difference age difference between my younger brother and my younger sister is about 11 years or so.
Wow.
Then the last ones are twins. If you guys are watching, peace.
At what point did you grow into your spiritual? Like, at what
Sorry,
point did you
I
think?
think I didn't answer one question. How
Okay.
I grew out of
Yeah.
Yeah.
so like I was saying, fashion was an escape for me. And then there was one picture I really wish I still have that picture. I don't know where that picture is. I took that picture. I think I was in secondary school, so I was around 12 or 13. And then I went to my auntie's place in Benin. She used to work in one oil and gas company then. So we went for a birthday party, and then they took everybody a picture. I still remember that picture. Anytime I look at that picture, I'm like, this boy is fine.
Mm.
Like, so recently I posted a picture about my mom and my dad.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so that so I have my mom's complexion, like black, beautiful black. So I used to look at that picture every time I see the picture. I'm like, this boy is fine. Like, it used to confuse me seriously.
Yeah.
Like, why would anybody say this boy is not fine? So I wish I can have that picture. I don't know. It really helped me.
Yeah.
Like I always refer to it as where's the
You
fine
saw
boy?
yourself.
Yeah, I saw myself in that light, and okay, I held them to that, and then one of my friends, Alban, you may not even remember this. So when secondary school, I think I came from a weekend, boys' school, and then I went to cut my hair and all that. I came out looking. I didn't know I was looking nice. So the guy was like, you're looking fine, no? I was like, I'm fine before now. Of course, when I said it, I didn't really mean it, but I was just, but from there, those compliments here and there, and then I saw myself in that light, and then yeah, got married, wasn't well, still struggling a bit.
Yeah.
I think the whole booster actually now came after my separation. Yeah, are we going to go into that?
No, we won't. We won't go into it.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
we'll touch here
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, feel free to ask questions. So
Alright.
yeah, I think that came after my separation, and I had to rediscover myself,
Yeah.
rediscover myself in outside of a partner or family. I had to rediscover myself, and I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted to look like. I changed my looks. Like I changed so much that people didn't recognize me. Like these are people that I've been for years. Like I used to be a very church person. So I went back to my former church, and I had to be introducing myself to people that I knew. Oh, hi, what's up now? Hi, Tokwe. Hi, this one. I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know you. I said, Tokwe, how is your wife? She, I said, how do you know my wife? It's me, Andrew. So it's, I think, self-discovery is just the utmost beauty trick. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. So, and then of course,
Wow.
it's
I like that self discovery is
the utmost
the
beauty trick.
utmost.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really interesting. I think it all starts with you, because no one can. I'm very sure if you did not see that picture, even if someone told you, "Oh, you're a fine guy," you will argue. You still
Yeah.
feel like doubting.
Mm-hmm.
So it all starts with you
Yes.
seeing.
Accepting yourself.
Loving yourself.
Yeah.
And then to be honest, after that time, when I actually accepted myself, and so you know what, this comments or whether you like think I'm fine or not, it doesn't even matter to me.
Yeah.
I know I am. So when people ask me, you think you're fine? Okay, I know I am fine. I may not be the finest guy in the world,
Yeah.
but I fine. Forget. And then confidence has a way of attracting people.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm confident in myself, and then the ladies started.
But to be honest, though, I think that's such a good thing to say because I know that there are just people that are not like in people's standards. They're not like the finest and all that. But when you see them and how they carry themselves, they look like people will be like, "Who is the finest girl in the street?" And they point at that person. Not because, to be honest, the person is not the finest,
But it's
but
just that
because of the way the person has carried,
carried.
and
Yeah.
then they know themselves so well that they know what to wear, what to fit them, what to
Exactly.
look good on them,
Yeah.
the hairs to wear, makeup, like everything just sits perfectly. And when you look around in a place where there are more, maybe to people stand, other people stand up, there are more,
Pretty.
prettier women there,
Mhm.
and they'll be like, "Who is finest?" And they just put that up. And I'm like, yeah, that's such a cool thing to do because you found yourself and you know what works for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hearing you describe like talk about yourself, I'm just like I'm not even confident because I'm not sure I've ever spoken about myself in that like
That light.
when you just
Yeah.
like said, "Oh, I'm fine," like even if you like I've never spoken about myself in that light. I'm just like, are you
But you're
actually
such a fine
confident?
girl, though. To be
Thank you
honest.
so much.
You forget.
So yeah, it's really interesting. So
Yeah.
I think we should just, go right into it. When did you start taking your spiritual life really seriously? At what age?
At what age? I was born into.
You mentioned your parents were
Yeah, my parents were pastors, and I was literally born into. So, for starters, my dad was a Muslim.
Mm.
He was born into a Muslim family, then converted. Then I was born into a Christian family. I think I still remember I met his Muslim. There was one Muslim cap
Yeah.
like that. I was the one that lost that cap. Oh God. Anyways, I found it. I started wearing it, and but by that time I was already a Christian. It was I was born into an apostolic church, and then we left apostolic church and moved
What
to.
apostolic church? What church is that?
It's not the apostolic church.
Oh, apostolic faith.
No, it's the Redeemer's Apostolic Church.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. To say what's happening here.
We are.
Oh,
All apostolic. Interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we moved to Redeem. So I started taking I got born again when it was my other brother that actually preached and got me born again, Pastor Daniel. And when did I start taking Christianity
Yeah,
seriously?
the spiritual life.
Yeah, I think I was a teenager then. Yeah, I was already a teenager. I got born again several times, but the first person that preached to me was my brother. And then I got born again in my secondary school, and then yeah, teenager.
Yeah.
When we moved to Redeem, especially, and then I went all in, like, because I'm into music, I sing, I
Yeah.
play keyboard. In fact, I learned keyboard. The keyboardist that was there before was leaving, so I had to learn keyboard so that somebody had to
Yeah.
fill in. So I was that dedicated. So yeah, teenage choir were really good. I still remember some of my friends back then. And yeah, that was when I started. When I moved to Redeem, when we moved to Redeem, it became more interesting to me. Christianity. It was not just the boring, routine.
Okay.
I don't like routine. So.
All right. So now let's fast forward to then you grew up, finished school. You're still Christian guy that's very active in church. And then did you immediately get a job? And how did you balance, your spirituality work?
Did I balance spirituality with work? So
Because you
yeah,
said you're very active. So did that reduce,
affect
school, work, all that?
So I mean, I finished university, right? University 2008. Don't kill me. 2008. Yeah. So I did my service 2008 to 2009, and I got a job right after. So no, it didn't affect because I remember at that time, I joined another church. Yeah, and no, that period was actually 2010-ish. 2010, 2011 was like the most I have. Hey, the way I was consuming the word. So my pastor then they used to sell, not the way we get um messages for free, just check online, go back to YouTube and can watch.
Yeah.
This one we used to buy message. Like I had a budget for buying messages. I would buy
Wow.
like 30, 50 messages. Like just be listening and soaking myself and enjoy. I actually enjoy my pastor. So listening to him, balancing the word and reality, like
Yeah.
he's such a funny guy, Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo, Davis
Oh,
Christian
he
Center.
was existing then.
Yeah. Way before then.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
social media brought him.
social
Um.
media brought him out the more. But as I joined the church officially 2010, but before then, my ex actually introduced me to the church. So I was still trying to look for a church. Midweek service I will go there, but Sunday I will go to another church. Midweek service I just found myself always, and then I was like, no, let's go and check. Then we were preparing for marriage. Let's go and check this one out and see. And then when we got there, both of us just like, mm-mm. That's so we eventually went to Davis Christian
Yeah.
Center. So that was where, but like the word was just. I found a pastor that was funny and worded.
Yeah.
So it was just an amazing balance, and I just took myself. I'm a choir person, so entered choir straight up. Yeah.
So,
So
like you mentioned that you bought, like, you had budget for, the word and this, that, that, that. Did you have budget for things that would boost your career?
no, 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 I did not have that. I
So
did not
why didn't you have that? Because, like, unless you're saying that, was it difficult for you to balance both?
work. No, it wasn't difficult for me to balance, but I was more. I think my business then I was still doing started my business, fashion business at that time. I was balancing a lot of things. I'm not so much of a planner, but that budget for what? Even if I no budget any other thing, that one was stable. So yeah, I think I balanced it well.
Okay, so let me ask again.
Maybe rephrase it or
let me.
something.
No, no. The question I asked is correct, but I want to
Okay.
ask in the sense that if you were to talk to someone now,
Mhm.
would you tell the person, have budget for the word, but don't have, like, the way you did, or you
Oh
said, have
no
budget
no
for
no no
both?
no no no.
None should suffer. Like,
None should suffer. You
yeah,
should always live a balanced life. Always live a balanced life, which was one of the, I think, when our conversation
yeah,
started,
yeah.
out pre pre. Are you checking?
You look like you're just like,
I'm saying that.
are you
Okay,
okay?
no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so yeah. Sorry, I'm messing with
In
you.
my head, I'm like, what?
Your eyes were like,
Like
you're
you
looking
were
too
boring
good.
to my soul.
Yeah.
Because I needed to like, okay, I needed you to finish that so that I could just
Ask
ask
your own
one.
question.
There was it's just
One burning question.
direct question.
Okay.
Okay, do you want to ask, or do you want it to
Do you want to
finish what
ask?
was saying?
So it's just direct because I feel like when he was saying that he had a budget for the word and he didn't have a budget for every like career growth and all
Yeah.
that. So I wanted to ask like, do you feel like that sort of? I think that's like something
Very
similar.
similar.
Like
Limits me.
yeah, that do you think that you should have done it differently in
Mhm.
that time when
Yes.
instead of soaking, yes, obviously
It's
soaking yourself in
okay.
the
Yeah.
word, but then also think, okay, you know what?
So,
There's life
Outside of,
out
or
like
even in it,
in it.
there's
There's life
life.
because there's
Yeah.
kingdom wealth as
Yeah.
well, and
Yeah.
then you have to
so yeah. So I'll answer your question. There's a scripture. Faith without work is dead.
Yeah.
So, like in a mathematical sense, faith minus work is equal to zero. And then for the mathematicians, they will understand that faith equals works. So, what that means is, as much as you are believing, you should be working. Like don't, which is where we have the problem in Nigeria, especially
Yeah.
in the church. We are so focused on just the faith side that we neglect the work side.
Yeah.
So, um, so yes, if I'm going to do something differently, definitely I'll put in as much as I'm putting in my budget for faith and building my spiritual life. I should also put in same effort into building my career, like getting more certifications, which I started doing, a few years now. Doing my master's now in oil and gas management. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of certifications in what we call ESG and sustainability.
Yeah.
So then I think, yeah, I started out as a customer care agent with MTN and then moved to executive assistant roles. So I didn't do any certification. I was not enjoying it, so maybe that's why I didn't want to do like any certifications per se. But
Yeah.
what I'm doing now, I enjoy it more. Oil and gas spaces. I wish I had joined earlier. Yeah, so I'm forging my career in that direction. So yes, I would have definitely put in same effort as when I was building my faith. Yeah.
It's really funny because there are churches around my area, and every time they are singing, the church is always active, and I'm just like, these people, don't they have work? Don't they go to work? Don't they, like, how do they make money to, even if you're staying in the church from morning till night? And it's just very, very funny.
I don't know, like it's so crazy. Yeah, like in my former area when I was still living close to at my family house, then there's a church that is like every morning, every night they are there. Are you guys not going to work? I understand the place of prayer.
Yeah.
But you are always there, like you are always praying.
So what God's going to bless?
Yes. What is God going to bless if you are not working? Yeah, so that for me is crazy, right? And then I mean, even nowadays, we still do something similar. Like, okay,
Give us the story.
so I stopped going to church. Okay, so now, hey God, this.
Getting real.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I was in church all my life.
Yeah.
For over 20 years. I was like church active over 20 years. What can I say? Close to 30 years of my life was in the church because I just stopped going to church like maybe like 2 years ago. Like physical church.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I understand the place of God. I can't, but the religiousness to it is what I eventually found out, and it just pissed me off. So we don't balance our lives. Like the fact that I'm a Christian does not mean I don't have a life. I shouldn't have a life outside church. So public holiday, there's one prayer meeting, there's one thing. Like let people rest. People should rest. Somebody I was talking to some you that were having a conversation that like pastors collapse in church. Pastors die. Not because thunder struck them or God was angry with them, but because they did not take care of their health. So when I was back then, my ex used to say, "Oh, I don't feel like going to church." I'm sorry, I'm referring to her a lot.
No,
I apologize if you are watching.
Play a role in your life.
Yes, to be honest, she did. And she would say, "Oh, I don't feel like going to church." I'll say, "No way! We are going to church. We have to go to church." Like, people are tired. Rest. No. If we have 2 days, all this Muslim holiday, 2 days, there has to be something inside church that we have to go for. We'll come from one early morning prayer, and when you now go there early morning, on a public holiday, and then you not now leave there until afternoon, and then by the time you are getting home, you are tired. Before you know it, work has resumed.
The time you're meant to invest learning
something, or even just resting. God rested. Pastors, if you are hearing me, even God, that is the author and finisher of our faith, he rested.
Yeah.
Let your church members rest. I beg. Sorry.
Yeah, I feel like this is very personal.
Yeah.
It is.
Look, because at the end of the day, we are just so focused on church, activity, and then it becomes activity,
Really.
and
Yeah.
God doesn't reward activity.
Yeah.
The motive behind, what you do is what God rewards,
Yeah.
not in the number of hours. If I'm going there because I don't want my pastor to
Yeah.
talk, you have lost the blessing in that.
Yeah. True.
Not you enjoy doing it and you want to.
Do
Like,
we-
you are there.
So that's why I've said, okay, let me just stay away from church for now. I will start going back to church on my own terms. If I wake up in the morning and I don't feel like going to church, I will stay in my house.
You need to feel guilty or feel bad about
I will not feel guilty about it. I won't. I will stay in my house. If I feel like going to church, I will go to church, enjoy myself, enjoy the music, enjoy God's presence there, because God's presence is also with me. I carry Him in me. So let's stop this God's presence is only in church mentality. No.
So how do you think people should balance it? Like, how should we balance our faith with our work? And do you think also sometimes, when it comes to making career decisions, I know there are people that say they hear God told them do this, do that, but most people don't hear that. They just move and they hope that God meets them there. So how do you balance it? How do you just pursue what you want to pursue without being sure that this way I'm meant to do this, I'm not meant to do this?
So God talks to people in different ways. I think mine is more of inner conviction. So God has been faithful to me.
With all the anger, God has been faithful.
He has just
Yeah.
been too good. Like, I don't deserve it. I don't. But He has just bailed me out over and over and over again. So things happen to me, like maybe when I'm leaving a job, another one is start like. God has just been good to me, and I'm grateful to Him. But in terms of balancing work, I would say find a way, understand how God leads you. I don't know how to explain it, but find out how God leads. God talks to everyone. God speaks to everyone. Even if you are not a Christian, maybe you have what they call intuition, God's feeling. I don't know how it works, but try to just follow your spirit and what your heart is telling you. How to balance. See, putting the same effort into God as much as you are putting into your work, and then putting into yourself. Like, give yourself rest, time to rest. I don't know if I'm answering the question, but people should just rest. And I also have the understanding, there's another understanding that has really liberated me. You know the story of the prodigal son. So there are two sons. One is the good boy, always in the office, always making sure management, leadership, all those things. And there's the one that is a stubborn and liberal. I just feel, look, God, generally speaking, those are like the two types of children that God has, and He loves them equally. They have their place. So, okay, like there was a day I went to church with this like liberal understanding that I have about, look, God is not interested. God just wants a relationship with you. That's all He wants. He just wants a relationship. You forget all this activity that I do. So like I wore Crocs to church one day. Like I was just dressed down like that and I went to church, and I think somebody was looking at me like commenting on my Crocs. I said, I don't understand. What's there? Is this what God is interested in? This is not what God is interested in. Because I feel if you are the type that you want to dress up to go to church, God loves it. You are honoring Him in your own way. And if I'm the type that dresses down, like completely down and go to church, it's still a form of understanding. Like, look, God was like, this boy understand me. That's the way I was raising. That's why I look at it. Like, this boy knows that he's free with me. He can come to me as he is. So it's another kind of love. So whatever school of thought you are in, none is better than the other.
Yeah.
The guy that was, he was even asking, oh, why didn't you kill a goat for me? Why didn't you do this? But God was saying, but everything I have is yours.
Yeah, you just didn't know your
Mm.
place as my son.
Yeah.
You felt like you had to do all
All
those
these
things to
things to
gain
get
my
my
love when my love was already there, but you did not know your place. Basically, you just didn't know that. It's sonship, like
yeah,
understanding that I don't have to work for your love. My
exactly.
love is
Look,
always there, and I think that was it. That was where
he missed it.
yeah. So both of them missed it, and
Mm-hmm.
even the one that lived in the house did not even know his place living
Lived,
in the house.
but the other one that even left
Yeah,
knew that. Look,
even
if
knew that
even if I lost, I can
I
come back
can come
home
back. There's love at home, and the one that is even living at home does not know that this love is not something I have to
to
work
work
for.
for.
Oh my God! You know what? When
That's so interesting.
Jesus is telling these stories or these parables,
Mm.
I feel like the more you resonate or read and meditate on the word, and not just reading the Bible, it's also telling the Holy Spirit to break it down to you
Mm-hmm.
to understand. Like we understand the prodigal son, understand, but at the end of the day, you start to see that even this one story can explain different.
Hmm.
Do you understand? You can give different perspectives to different areas of your life.
Life.
Yeah.
Like some people can see it as sonship. Some people can see it as when you sin and you fall off,
Mm.
just knowing that you can always
Always
go
come back
back
home.
home. You can explain it in different
Different
ways, like
ways.
just owning that God loves you regardless of anything. But it's still based on the main thing, and which is what the gospel is based on, love.
Love. Christ has already died. Like, so if you understand these things, that look, you cannot buy God's love with
Yeah,
Mm.
activity.
yeah.
He has already killed his son for you.
Like what else?
What, like,
else?
there's
What
you
else is
going to
there?
you going to church.
Sorry.
Oh my God, what's happening?
What bad thing that you
Battery.
what happened to your
Let's
battery?
continue.
Okay.
You going to church?
You going to church does not make
Yeah.
God love you more than he
Mm-hmm.
already does.
Yeah.
You not going to church does not make him love you more
Yeah.
than he already does. You doing 30 days fasting and prayer or every day does not mean he will do it faster for you.
Yeah.
Mm.
He has done, like,
And I hope people understand. Sorry to cut you.
yeah.
I hope people understand that God is where He has always been from the time that He made man.
Hmm.
It is we humans that are moving every
Moving around.
moving around. Like God is static.
Hmm.
God is where He is. Now it is you as a human being that is either moving farther away or moving closer to Him. And I want you to understand that whatever you do, like if it's fasting for 30 days, if it's activities in church, it is
Yeah.
for you to get closer to Him.
Hmm.
It is for you're building. It's like you're toasting somebody.
Hmm.
Whatever activity you're doing is for you to get to the person better. It
Hmm.
has nothing to do with God's love for you. God's love is already there. It's just you now saying, God, I want to know you more. God, I want
Exactly.
to get to know you more. I want to, when I read the Bible, I want to have better understanding. Like you said before, you said God speaks to everybody. It's also when you meditate and sit in His Word that you can actually know how God speaks to you,
Mm-hmm.
because you cannot hear God in chaos, basically.
Hmm.
So if you want to know your path in life, or maybe you're doing something and you want to hear God from it, it's
Hmm.
also you being able to sit in silence and just going back to God to say, what I want to hear, what do you have for me? And
Yeah.
it's when it could be through dreams, it could be through someone just mentioning it and you just
Words
pick
of
it up,
confirmation.
words of confirmation, it could be through prophecy, whatever it is. You have to get to know the person that you want to hear from now, to be able to know their voice, to be able
Yeah.
to hear from them, to be able to say, okay, this is God speaking to me and not my mind, or my mind
Yeah.
playing games on me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, obviously, uh, do you think that you can separate God from work as a
No.
person?
No.
Okay.
I can't.
Your personal, like
No,
just you.
maybe rephrase it.
So some people would be like, oh, don't. Some people think, like for example, if you're a content creator or like whatever they are doing, they don't want to speak on faith.
Yeah.
They want, like, they want to keep their spirituality private, so they
Hmm.
rather not speak on faith based topics
Topics.
or anything, because they want to, like, kind of, we want people to just see their work as their work. They don't want situations where maybe what they will say will tick people off or stuff like that.
Hmm.
So can you for example, as a person with your job or anything, just say, okay, you know what? When I go to work, I'm not going to talk about me being a Christian or God's love or preach the gospel. I'm just going to do my job and go home. Is it something you can do?
No. So I think the people say this about like we are the Bible that the world reads. So I don't have to. In fact, if somebody comes to me, comes with all this spiritual gym from the beginning, I would
Reservations.
reservations. Let your life be the one that speaks to people. You can be a Christian, live like a Christian, show forth God's beauty in the things that you do, the way you go about relating with people without even mentioning Jesus. And then eventually people will be the one that will come and meet you that what's your
I see
secret?
God in you.
And what's your secret? Then you can tell them, you don't have to be shouting Jesus from the mountaintops. Let your life be the Bible and the example that so you can live your life for God at work.
What do you think about praying in the office? Like maybe just, I'm not talking about the one that you just sit on your seat and then you just have it silent. Like I mean standing up, maybe going to that corner we have and then standing there to pray. What do you think about that?
People have different styles of praying. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do that because I feel it is. Why do I want people in the office to see me that I'm praying?
Let me top up. Let me just top up. Should organizations allow that? Should workplaces allow that?
Yeah, it should be open to people if they want to. Okay. But I, as a Christian, will not say, "Oh, I'm going there and I'm now kabashing." No,
Like,
I can sit still.
Like the lounge and then kabashing and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but
I think that the same way workspaces would allow for people to take smoke breaks.
True.
It's the same way they can say, you know what, you can, as soon as it's not affecting.
Or if they have a prayer room.
Yeah,
because a lot of Muslim organizations,
do.
Funny thing, they have prayer room. So why can't Christians have prayer room? So, but me, I may not go there because that's not my style of praying. See, my understanding of God has liberated me from a lot of things. So I can be in my house or I can be on my way, I can be on my seat and just whisper a word to God. And that's it. I don't need to do any activity to get what I want or to
but I think that does not take away from the person that is doing that.
It doesn't.
There might be a leading to do it.
Yeah.
There might be a leading to saying, you know what, maybe. So okay, so this also brings me. I don't even know if that's. I know that it's weird because you enter the place like maybe you're in a meeting and you see somebody just scavenging. Okay, this is because how then do I speak in English? But then I feel like, do you think that there's sometimes that you have this push to like grown in spirits, like you are just like I want like it feels very uncomfortable with you. You're just like, I want to pray.
If you want to pray, then take a walk.
Yeah, take a walk. Yeah, I'm like take a walk because at the end of the day, it's just like okay. Like because someone might want to use that place too for like a meeting or something.
It's a
Or so what then
workplace.
happens? Like maybe there's a visitor and they bring them into the place. And
So then we have to stand up with your prayer.
So you might just take a walk. Like it's okay to just walk the stairs and you don't have to. And do you know the thing about prayer? Prayer is so beautiful because it's like you're having a conversation. You don't even have to open your mouth.
I swear.
And
I'm sorry.
No, it's
I swear, but I'm sorry.
No, but it's true. Like you can just be typing on your doing, and then what is happening inside of you is you are moving mountains inside of you, and you are the only one that knows that that's what's happening, and the Spirit of God is there with you, and it's there. So you don't even have to open your mouth to say, and I feel like opening your mouth sometimes is just to erase distraction.
Exactly.
To erase distraction because sometimes when you are praying,
your thoughts are
everywhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you are opening your mouth, but if you're in a place where you know that obviously I want to just keep this private. I think you can pray in your mind and you are on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that also works. Okay, so taking it away from that, we've established that. Do you think that your time in, like, obviously you're not with us anymore. They are with us in Jesus' name. They are not working in the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people that you're like, your character. I will pray about your character, like God should touch you out and change you.
People, if there was somebody,
The way people that
Maybe a funny character that was like,
that the way people like you that did not like you and you're just like
yeah. I mean, it's very hard not to like me. So if you don't like me, that means
you're the problem. The person is the problem.
the person is definitely the problem.
and but
I think Andrew was never the kind of person to care
I
about
was
those
not.
kind of things.
I was not a difficult. I'm not a difficult
Yeah.
person to work with.
But did you also feel like there were situations where they were Christians and you're like, we're a Christian now, come on.
Of course,
Do better.
yeah. But I'm sure I don't know. I have a couple. No, I mean a couple. Like just one or two people like this that I feel they should just do like a character adjustment. I don't. Of course, I don't want to mention.
Yeah.
No, of course.
Yeah, but character adjustment. They need to do that. I mean, coming to work should be fun.
Yeah.
People should be happy to work with you. Why you? Why you guys laughing? Yeah, I mean it's okay. People. It's not everybody that will be. I'm not saying the fact that we are cool at work does not mean there will not be friction.
We've had our friction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's just how you manage it.
Yeah.
Like you should be able to separate work.
Yeah.
I think
emotion.
CEO talked about that emotional intelligence, Mr. Golden. Separate, like, look, the friction we have is on as per work.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect our relationship, our personality, like our relationship. So if we don't agree on some things as it pertains to work, we can agree to disagree and still be cool.
And I also think that
Not that the following day you come out
but I also
and be
think
doing
that
face.
people say, oh yes, maybe I overreacted. Yes, it annoyed me, but I overreacted and I'm sorry. That I
Yeah.
overreacted.
You did that now.
Oh yeah.
I
Those are the
respect you
best
for that.
persons to have an argument with.
Bolu is.
It's just good.
Because I'm trying to like think about it and be like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe you should have toned it down a bit. Like, maybe that's not the best approach.
Yeah, I mean, it's not everybody that does that self-evaluation. In fact, even if they evaluate, they feel it cost it.
Yeah.
Even though it cost it, I shouldn't have reacted that way.
Yeah.
So I apologize for reacting that way. But I really respected you that day. It gave me a new level of respect for you. Yeah. And I respected myself too because I didn't react.
Yes.
Like,
that one was, and I feel like it was because of our relationship.
Yeah,
and I feel like if I walked away and not, if I didn't come back, I think it would have changed.
It would have affected our relationship.
It would have.
Yeah.
It would have.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, faith and work and relationship all
Work together.
they
Yeah.
all work together.
Yeah.
You know, it's very funny because there was this lady I watched. So I'm always someone that used to feel like for it to pray to go, you have to kneel down. You have to, there's
A posture.
Yeah, there's a posture to it and what. I always
Posture
felt
of
that way.
prayer.
And then when I'm not in that posture or when I don't do it like that, I feel like, I've just wasted my time.
Nah.
And then there was this lady that I watched on Instagram and then she was like, I think it was Shining Flu. And she said something about those psalms that we're reading in the Bible, that we are reading the psalm. That was somebody else's
Revelation.
and this thing, right? You say your own. Like, those words, those things of God, I feel so sad. I feel so. Those things are your own psalms.
Do you know
Say
the
it to
crazy
God
thing?
and
Myself and Colette were having this conversation. Sorry.
yeah.
And then there are times that I was like, Colette, do you have times that you change it for God? And she was like, yes. I was like, yes. There are times that I was defending God, but I'm not, because I feel like it's how you see. It's how you see God and how you approach God that you would. So people see God as a dictator. I see God as my guy, as my friend. Like I see God as my friend. And when I'm not feeling something, I'm like, God, if this thing is not, this thing makes me uncomfortable. It's not making sense now. How far? And I know that God is not obviously going to just if God speaks to me and I'm hearing the voice, obviously I'm out of that place. But then I feel like something happens and God just gives you that hug that you need, that
Yeah.
comfort that okay, I hear you, I see you. I probably will not give you this thing that you're asking for now. But you know what? I hear you. I'm going to. It's not every time that I go to God and I'm like, oh God, please. Sometimes I'm in so much discomfort, but I'm comfortable enough to say, God, I am not feeling this. God, this is kissing me of like, why are you putting me in this? It feels uncomfortable, and I feel like people should be open to having the way you will speak to your friend. Like, see God as your friend, see God as your father, like something. And even if you don't have a great relationship
With
with
your
your
earthly father.
earthly father. Like see God as your dad, as kind of love that you want your father to give. Your father that loves you would not want you to be uncomfortable, would not want you to face certain things, would want you to cry to him when you are uncomfortable. So do that with God. And I feel like that way you just and like you said, if certain posture, I feel like the posture should come from your heart. What's the posture of your heart when you're speaking to God?
Exactly.
The humility, obviously, to say, you know what, as much as I'm angry, I still know that or everything is in your hands. And when it's time or when it's due or whatever it is, you would grant to me. So I think that it's basically our hearts that God really cares about your intentions and how you reverence Him in your heart, not anything outside that.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I
really
feel like
care.
I'm yet to see God as a friend.
I think
I see him as God, like
Yeah.
this supreme being
Being.
that
He
I need
is.
to. No, yeah, he is, but because of how I see him,
you're limited.
I'm limited. Yes, I'm not able to just say, God, you see that boy or you see the way that girl is. I'm not able to have those kind of conversations. 'Cause I feel like this is they are very
How was your
worthless
do you
to
know?
How was
him.
your relationship with your earthly father?
It was like that. Like we never had those kind of
Okay.
yeah. So it was always like that's my dad. I
So
can't
you know
have
what? Let me tell
certain
you something. Yeah, you know the way you converse with me.
yeah.
You converse with God like that.
I'll try.
So God, there are different layers, like Bulu said.
Yeah.
God is God. It can be father, it can be friend. So any level.
Lover, everything.
So
The
any
way you
level,
talk
any
to me, the things that worry you, right?
Mm.
Talk to God about it. Like the things that worry you when I'm not like the way we used
Yeah.
to talk.
Yeah.
Like just rant. Because at the end of the day, this is how I see it. Humans can care and say, oh yeah, like I get it. But God is the one that would actually care and probably give you an answer. Now, the answer will not come when you probably want it to come. But God then gives you a sign. Maybe the friend just comes and hugs you or does the smallest things to you. And that shows that God did the year. God the year this our thing. There was something that happened with me and Colette, right? And that they were just ranting about something around it. And like maybe the next 2 weeks, like something happened. And we're like, God, they actually hear. Like, people those the ones that say, God, God, God. And I feel like everybody should see God like that. Like, see God like the friend that
Yeah.
you would talk about
Let me
everything.
tell you guys how I pray in the morning. When I get up from my bed, good morning, Dad. Good morning, God. That's it. I'm off. That's my own
That's
under.
your
Yeah, I feel
Like,
so
thing.
guilty if I don't pray. Like I feel so bad.
no.
Like I don't know. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm yet to get to
Good
that.
morning,
Like if I
God.
don't pray in the morning, I'll be feeling so bad. I'll be like, I've not prayed. Oh, hey God.
But I
No,
don't
just
think you see it as bad. I think you should see it as your heart yearning. So as a deer pants, there's something that as a deer pants for water, so my heart pants for you.
yeah.
A deer can smell water from a million miles. Like they like water that much that they can sense it from
Afar.
afar. So if your heart is yearning, and it's not yearning from a bad place, it's like, oh, it's like your boyfriend in the morning. Of course, sometimes you want to wake up to his text messages. So if you see it like that, like okay, maybe that's what my heart wants to wake up to just speaking to God. And maybe you're not going to see him as maybe now you now change how you see the relationship, not as this supreme being that I have to just be saying one like see him as that friend that you always have to talk to in the morning because my day would not be as bright as it would be
Yeah.
if I don't do things. So I think you see it as that, like okay, and I don't think it's a bad thing that you feel bad. Really, the bad is not the word, but you are just like there's something that doesn't. I don't feel comfortable. I've not spoken to my
Yeah,
friend this
true.
morning. Do you understand? I think that's a different approach, and then sort of have like this, like an understand a better relationship with that. It's
Yeah.
not from guilt. Now you're not praying to
Exactly.
from guilt. You're
Guilt.
praying to him because God, I missed you. Like, oh, like
And there's no perfect
way to pray.
way to pray or perfect time to pray. Anytime.
I think
Like when you just remember that, oh, I've not spoken to God.
yes.
Oh, no, God, my daddy, I'm so sorry. I've not called you this
Yeah,
morning.
yeah,
How are you?
exactly.
Hope you're good.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're good, of course. That's why you're God.
Yeah.
Well, I'm good. How's your day? What's up with all the prayers that you're
Simple
answering?
time.
Like, how are you handling? Are you multitasking? Like, you can just,
Anything.
like, do you know people even have a better relationship with ChatGPT than with God?
Yes.
Like, people, I found out that people actually chat with ChatGPT, like, talk to them like friends. So why can't
So
you
why
do
can't
that
you
with
talk to
God?
God like your friend? Like I think that that's something that and even a lot of times it comes from religion. I had to understand
Mm.
this. Like I don't want to serve God out of fear.
Mm.
Like why? Yes, also understanding that just seeing God as your friend, like that's all that matters, and you have to change. That's something that we all struggled with growing up in a religious society.
Mm.
God has to do this, to do this, everything. I feel like I've got to a case I can tell anyone that everything that we do as humans is for our benefit. We're
Exactly.
not doing it to benefit God in any way.
Anyway.
We're doing it to either build a relationship, a better relationship with Him, get to know Him better, and listen. God has not moved from where He is. His love has not changed for us. It is just for us to get closer to Him, and that's what the accuser does. He puts guilt in your heart. Like, oh, you've not done it like this. You should do it like that. You should do it like this. And people don't know sometimes that sometimes the devil would even use people that we respect in certain religious places to put guilt in our hearts. Say, oh, God cannot answer it because you don't. Says
I remember so another thing that woke me up was, okay, before COVID, go to church, go to church, go to church, come to church, come to church, come to church. And then COVID, bam. Church without walls, go to church, you can attend virtually, you can still be in church, and do this, and that was cool. And then COVID cleared. Come back to church, come to church, you have to be in church, do not forsake the assembly. Guys. So, and then people don't go to church as much. Maybe they watch virtually. No, why would you be watching virtually? But you guys just, like, you can't be shifting the goalposts.
Yeah.
So if I feel like going to church, I should be allowed to. If I feel like watching online, I should be allowed to. And not be. You don't use what do you people call that? Gaslighting.
oh yeah, manipulation.
Yeah.
And I feel like there are certain people that I know that they're always early to church. They are always, in church every only when they're even when they're sick, they try. I think that for most people that is their own commitment to say, this is how I want to commit. My personal conviction to say, and there's a man in my church that is always like that. And when people try to praise him, like, oh, this man, do you know where he's coming from? He tells them, don't praise me. This is my personal conviction to God. It's me that knows where I'm coming from and how many years I've been doing it and what the kind of conversation
he had
me
with
and
God
had and the agreements that we had. Okay, it's a contract. Do you know the Bible is like a contract? Like, do you get? And it's like that's my conviction to God. Don't try to make someone else feel less for what I'm doing better. I know what my work with God is. I know, and I think that sometimes we look at those people and we're like, oh, because they are doing it like that means I have to do like that. Forgetting that their relationship with God
is very different.
Your relationship with God is very different. The way your relationship with your boyfriend is different from, and they used to say don't use another person's own. And I'm like, why can't we just see life like that? Like, wait, these are the things that we always say about humans. So why do you think that you're not capable of being friends with God or having that type of relationship with God or doing the things that you would do with your human,
But wait, have you guys thought about this? You just mentioned friend now. Bible refer to Abraham as the friend of God.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys know how far back this is?
Yeah.
This was
Friendship
before.
has
been-
This was before the New Testament too.
People have been friends with God and people are here staying dictator.
obviously I was
I'd rather be his friend. So
Obviously,
like
I
I'll
was
tell me when
reading-
something wants to happen.
obviously I was reading Judges, and there was a place where Gideon told God,
Yeah.
he tested God. He was like, oh, if you're truly God, or because God said, go and fight, I'm with you. He told God, if you're truly going to be with me tomorrow, I want you to, you should fall on this thing, but you shouldn't fall on the other ground. And God did it. When he came in and I said, God, don't be angry.
I want
But
to.
let's reverse it. Let's this place be dry. And I was just like, it's funny that you can actually do that with
Yeah.
God, and He won't even be mad. And then I say God did that, I was like, okay, I can now go.
Yeah.
So I was just like, in reading the Bible, it's just me saying, me having a better, saying that okay, I can actually test, but I can actually, have these conversations and not feel like I'm being disrespectful.
Yeah.
All this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, that makes sense.
I
That
feel
makes
like we should
sense.
end it with this. For those that are in relationships, I saw it on Threads, and that's why Threads will always be my favorite app in the world, because there are a lot of biblical conversations that are not the typical religious conversations happening.
Yeah.
And the person tweeted and said, "Oh yeah, like she was one of those people that said, oh God, if you want me to know that this man is my husband, let him say the number 33, and then
Let him say what?
the number 33."
Okay.
And on their first date, just randomly says 33. And they are like under the comment section, they were big, like hundreds of people saying, "Oh, like my own was a word." Like I just said, let's just say this word. And I'm like, people are using God. See,
But then it takes a level of faith to be
yeah,
able to do
to
that.
trust him
To
enough
trust
to say
him.
he's going
Yeah.
to do this thing. Like, and it takes a certain level of consecration to having a certain relationship with God. Because at the end of the day, you cannot just say we're going to live our lives anyhow and
Yeah.
God is going to at some point you have to separate yourself from people. Like, for you to have it, God loves all of us, right? But there's a reason why God said David was a man after his heart. There's a reason why out of everybody he said Abraham was his friend. There's a reason why they picked the disciples, like those 12 were the closest. It's not like God did not have other disciples. Those 12 were the closest to Jesus, because there was a level of like
Separation
that they had to do to
Yeah.
make themselves special. Of course, I want to be a man after God's heart. Are you
You
joking?
need to do the work.
But you need to actually be the kind of person that is ready to strip, like dance like David and strip and say, you know what, God, I know that I've sinned. I went to go and sleep with someone else's wife. Look at me on the floor. I don't feel like, oh, maybe I should have. Whatever.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because David is the kind of person that when they say you have sinned, almost, I feel like David is. He will go and hold God's leg.
I think David is dramatic.
Very dramatic. Red ashes everywhere. It's just manipulating God.
Jesus! Oh God, I beg. I'm sorry.
Psalm 51, when you're talking about God washing his sins. Oh my goodness. Wash me like, and I'm like,
I want to continue this topic.
Oh my God.
It's really like 2 hours because I feel like discussing God is so interesting.
Yeah.
Like talking about him
Yeah.
is really interesting.
Yes.
But it's so nice having Andrew on
Thank
the
you.
episode.
Thank you so much for coming.
Like I don't
Clack
think there was
it.
any other better episode to have
Yeah.
than this one.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
for gracing our house.
Yeah.
So do you have any final word for our audience? Something you would like to say, like food for thought?
Yeah, I mean, just to remind everyone, like, see, God loves you. I don't think there's any other way He has to prove to you that He loves you. That He killed His Son basically for you. So, some people feel like they are not worthy of God's love. You better be worthy because He killed His Son for you. Like, you need to understand that He has gone to the very depths of hell for you, and there's nothing you can do to coerce Him to loving you more. His love is absolute, right? So just come from that perspective, talk to Him as a friend, make out time for yourself, love yourselves.
Very important.
Very, very important. Love yourselves and don't let anybody manipulate you into
Thinking otherwise.
thinking otherwise, whether pastor or no pastor. So,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you guys for listening. See you in the next episode. Bye.
hug me.